And as we're going, primarily breathing through the nose. If you ever need to exhale out of the mouth, totally fine. If for some reason you're stopped up, just breathe. I had a class one time and a student just turned purple on me, but as purple as this shirt. And I'm like, hey, are you okay? And they're like, I can't breathe through my nose. And I'm like, so breathe through your mouth. And they're like, yeah, but you told me to breathe through my nose. I'm like, you have allergies. You gotta breathe. So, as we go back to what would have been like down dog, we'll go ahead and start at mountain pose. Forward fold, step both feet back. Now, I'm going to step this right foot forward about halfway. Kind of halfway between the hands and the feet. I'm going to begin to straighten this leg. And I want to see if I can find my balance just on this one leg. Now, I can put my hands down. I could also put my hands, my leg. How's your balance? You can let your head hang. It's all going to change the alignment there. And slowly step back, down dog. Deep stretch to that right leg. I'm going to do it with the left this time. Step it forward. Good balance on that left leg. Lift the kneecap. Quadricep is engaged just to support this tree trunk here. And I can lift as much as I want in that right leg. Doesn't matter. How's my balance? Can I put my hands on the leg? Have a little more balance on this left leg. Today, at least. And slowly, right foot, back to down dog. Hands back, down dog. Now I'm going to step the right foot forward again. I'm going to lengthen this leg. I'm trying to lift the left leg up and out and behind me. I'm trying to find the balance on this right leg. I'm trying to lengthen the leg, lift the kneecap. I want my hand reaching down below the shoulder. I'm reaching the left leg back and away at the same time that I'm reaching the right arm down from the shoulder. I'm going to lift the other arm to stretch equidistant, completely opposite direction, both palms facing the same direction. Now slowly, can you start to turn? Ooh, I tried. I was trying to stand on this leg and turn my body completely towards the camera. I'm going to switch it out. I'm going to switch feet. Arms can come down again. Left leg, opposite side. Right leg is reaching out. Left kneecap is lifted. Left hand doesn't touch the ground, but it reaches out below the shoulder. Right arm reaches up. Can you slowly start to turn the torso? Ooh, I fall out. And everybody does. That's why we practice. Downward facing dog again. If you have good arms, good long length up through the shoulders, move the head and neck around. Move those vertebrae, create space. And walk your hands back. Walk yourself to standing in mountain pose at the back of the mat. Let your blood flow return to normal. Feel this huge blood rush down because it's been upside down for so long. Moving all that stuff and down, up and down, up and down, up and down. Changing blood pressure. Now bring the feet together. And we'll bring them completely together here. Not like before, a little bit different. You're going to reach up overhead, palms, fingers interlaced, arms by the side, just the pointer fingers out. You're going to step out on the right foot, big, tall, long leg. Now, Fold forward. Point the left toes and kick them out and away. Lift and lengthen. Kick the left leg back. Bend at the waist. Right thigh is engaged. And up, come back. Drop the arms. If you need to shake it out and let it go. Feeling kind of cramped. Breathe. Now, last time I had my hands like this with the right thumb over the top. This time I'm going to switch. I'm going to put the left thumb over the top. Pointer fingers out. Up overhead. Going to reach out with the left foot this time. And the right leg stays straight, toes pointed. Fingers forward. Toes back. Left kneecap lifted. Abdomen squeezed into the spine. Lift and lengthen. And step forward. Mountain pose. Big in breath. Up. And swan dive forward. Both feet back. Down through plank. Lift up. And down dog. Now, either hip, left or right. We're going to do both. I'm going to go back into this because I want to get into that anterior hip compartment again. This is my problem side on this right side, so I'm going to focus on this one. Feel free to do the opposite. We're going to do both. I'm shimmying my hips just a little bit to the left, a little bit to the right, just so I can lengthen into that sweet spot in the anterior compartment of my right hip. Right in there. Brought my body over to the side. This is not ideal alignment, but it's allowing me to stretch into that area I have problems with. I'm kind of turning my body this way to access the front of that hip in a way that feels amazing. This is one of the most deep, kind of juicy stretches I've done all day because it gets into that area where I need it. I need you to pay attention to your body as you work, not fight it, not force it. What does your body tell you the pose should feel like? Always go back to teachers who know more alignment. When you can, take in-person classes. I'm turning my hips and almost like dragging that right knee forward, creating some resistance where I feel it right in the front of that hip. Oh yeah. Now I'm going to switch it out. I'm going to bring that left foot back. Down dog again. And right foot forward. And slowly down. And again, I felt less on this side. It was more the right hip again. Well, we're going to see how the left feels this time. Yeah, it's still definitely, in my case, feeling more on the right hip. Get a little bit of activity in the left, but not nearly the same. Breathe. Toes under, hands down, step the right foot back, down dog again, walk it out, left to right, side to side. And so I'm going to walk myself up, mountain pose, back of the mat. Grab your belt. If you do not have a belt, you could use a towel, something like that rolled up. You just want to be able to wrap it around the bottom of your foot so you can mobilize through there. what I'm going to do is I'm going to hop back onto my mat. And because we've opened up, I walked over a little crack in my knee. I had a little crack in the front of my hip earlier. This compartment, when I walk around right now, I feel like I have a very different hip because of that deep stretch. I've had some tightness that feels like it's pulling this hip forward. You're just working on little subtle asymmetries. Everybody's got different strengths. Everybody's got different weaknesses. Everybody's got more mobility or issues. You just work with your body where you're at. I'm going to lay down on my back. And I'm going to bring my hair up so my head can rest down. I'm completely on the mat. I'm going to wrap this around my foot, right at the ball pad of the foot. Now, I can just hold with my hands, or if I have a long enough belt, I can wrap it to get a little more grip. Feels a little more firm to me. Now I'm going to pull the foot back towards my face. I feel a long stretch from the plantar surface of my foot back through the gastrocnemius and soleus and down into semimembranosus, semitendinosus, biceps femoris, right into the ischial tuberosity. If I want to increase that, I can pull the arms up, or if I have my leg bent like this, it takes the pressure off, which may be beneficial to you if you have a bent leg, if you want to lessen the pressure. If I want to increase the pressure, I want to move this guy out. Now, if I let it rest on the ground, that has one effect. But if I lift it and strengthen my abs, I get a shake. So now I can move this left leg around while I'm lengthening the right hamstring. I can move it around any way I want. When I start to drop it down is when I start to shake. Now, if I just want to hold that left leg in position, what happens if I pull just a little more on that right side? Now, people have a tendency to want their foot to roll like this. I want you to take the strap, the belt, and I want you to gently pull the pinky toe back towards you. Pull the outside of the foot back and down and see if it doesn't change that stretch down into soleus, down into the plantar surface of the foot through the Achilles tendon. I'm going to bend that leg. I'm going to bring this guy down. I'm going to rest my legs for just a second. Now, when I put both down, what do you feel? What's the difference between the right leg right now and the left? Because all I did was that one single stretch, right? That one single move. Everything else we've done bilaterally. This leg feels more open. It feels almost like it's longer, like it's more spacious between my joints. You're looking for that sort of ease, that poise in your whole body. When I did mountain pose, I always have problems with my cervicothoracic junction, that space up at the upper back and neck. But I had a car accident, so I've probably got a little bit of arthritis right there. When I do a forward fold, I feel those vertebrae move, and it's like an old creaky door. The rest of my spine just goes, hey, we're moving, cool. And when it gets to my upper thoracic, into my cervical, it's like, aww, creaky. It's like a door. Aww. The crypt keeper, right? I'm going to pull this left toe back towards the face. Long, lengthen the leg. If I want more, I can reach out with the right. I can move this guy around. Mobilize wherever I want. I can hang it out, do a little bit of work on my abs. Squeeze the leg in, creating length. Now, most people's feet are going to want to turn like that. I want you to roll the outside portion of the foot back towards you. You're going to feel the depth, probably in all of the soleus, back of the lower leg at the calves, right through the plantar surface of the feet, maybe out the toes. And again, you can move this other leg around. What do you want to do? I feel some interesting motion. It feels like this right hip wants to crack because those muscles have softened. It feels like that hip joint isn't quite settled, like it's trying to figure out where it wants to be. Now, I'm going to take that foot out. I'm going to relax both hands. Now, both legs, same time. I'm going to reach up with one foot, ball pad of the foot is the location. I'm going to reach the second foot right next to it. Hopefully your belt is long enough that it'll allow this. You can reposition the feet. Now, the feet are side by side. When you pull down, it's like you're pulling the outsides of the feet, the pinky toes, back towards you. Now, you can bend as much at the waist or as little as you want. If your legs aren't completely straight, what's wrong with just bending a little bit? If this to you, if you do this, and let's say I was working on the hamstrings, and for you, for some reason, you're like, ooh, my low back, my lumbar. Let's say you bent your knees and you pulled forward and you're like, oh, you get this exquisite stretch in the lumbar spine. Do that. What I'm really trying to teach you to do is work on your own mobility, become aware of your own body, be able to strengthen and mobilize in gravity so you live a good life. Yoga is just training for life. I'm tucking my chin back and down, lengthening my cervical spine, pressing the back of my head down. You can straighten the legs as much or as little as you want. If I bend my knees, it's going to pull just a little bit more. If I pull with my arms into my lumbar, that feels pretty open to me. I'm going to work on my legs for a second. Big in-breath. As you exhale, tuck the chin, lift the head forward, and back down. And slowly, I'm going to walk the legs out, side to side. And windshield wiper the knees, back and forth, opening up, creating space. The little bit of a twist feels good to me, so I'm going to lengthen this left foot out on the floor. I'm going to bring this right leg up and over. I can bend or lengthen that leg as much as I would like. I'm going to roll it over. I'm going to reach that right arm out. I'm going to turn my head to look the opposite direction. And I want to try to stack my body in such a way that I'm just rolling open, vertebra by vertebra by vertebra. Right arm, right chest and pec falls open. Left foot falls towards the floor. Breathe through your nose. And slowly, you're going to roll back to center. Now I'm going to reverse it. I'm going to lengthen the right leg out on the floor. Bring the left leg up and over. Now, I can half the distance between the foot in the floor and the hand on the floor. It's like I'm trying to stack so that my body has still got weight pulling it out and open. You can straighten the leg or bend the leg as much as you want. Does not matter. The primary movement is the spine. This long, slow, sustained twist. I feel much tighter on the opposite side. I feel much more spacious over here for whatever reason, but I'm just taking note of that. It really sort of, if you can see this on camera, I'm sort of extending my palm, reaching out through the carpal, spreading along all those joints out through the arm. And then slowly I'll roll back onto my back. I want to bring my knees up. And I want to roll just a little bit, right on my sacrum. I can hold at the knees, I can let go, but I roll over, the left side of my sacrum, right at the SI joint. There's a little tenderness right there. Feels like there's some shifting. When I roll on the right side, it feels very secure and solid, but the left side is a little more risque, like kind of off. Just a little tinge of pain when I roll that way. I'm going to wrap my arms up and over the knees. So I might have to struggle to do this. If you're like me and you got a belly, you're going to have to reach around it. I'm going to pull those thighs in towards the belly. Squeeze in the abdomen. I'm going to press the chin back and down. Shoulder blades back and down. It's hard to talk because I'm squeezing over my diaphragm. Can't breathe very easily. But do what you can. Just pull, squeeze the thighs into the abdomen. Pull your knees up. And let go. I'm going to bring the feet down and together. Now I can move the heels further away, or I can bring them up. I think you can fall wherever you want to. I want you to try to focus on the adductors, the muscles that bring the thighs in, the Suzanne Summers muscles, right? So I want you to put yourself in position where these muscles can just lengthen and fall open. Do I still get length if I'm down here? Sure. But it's also changing the position of the hip joint in a way that feels comfortable to you. And that's what we have to do. It has to feel comfortable to you as we work. I'm going to bring these guys up in my case. I can bring my hands, if I want, up and behind my head. Feels like this would be a nice support, something different for my head and neck. Let the legs fall open. If you need to shift and push the feet further away or a little bit closer to your bottom, feel free. Just lengthen through there. Big breath. As you exhale, tuck the chin. Roll the head and neck up and forward. You'll notice that I'm not working my abs, I'm just lengthening my neck. Now, back about halfway. Now, squeeze your abs. Squeeze your abs. Bring the legs up, squeeze your abs. Pull your knees in. Pull your elbows towards your knees. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Now lengthen the legs up and hold. Pointed toes, legs lengthened. Slowly lower down towards the ground and lift yourself up. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1 more. Come on, you can do it. You can do it. Squeeze. Now hold. Legs wide. Pointed toes. Pull the legs back and open. Grab the sides of the feet. Bend the knees. Hips. Happy baby pose. You can rock and roll side to side. Big in breath. Squeeze, tuck the chin, look down and forward, and back and down. Adductors again, just let them hang and fall. Always playing with movement. Make your practice fun. Don't make it boring. When I look at classical yoga poses, you want to improve alignment because you want to decrease the potential for harm or injury. But the practice is supposed to be fun. It doesn't mean we don't ever have adversity. It doesn't mean it's not challenging. It doesn't mean we don't develop strength or flexibility and work on our boundaries, test our edges. But you want the practice to be fun so that you can continue with it. It's interesting. And I'm going to bring my knees up. I'm going to roll up so I can check and see how much time we have left on our camera here. See how we're doing. Yeah, I'm going to restart this guy.